Okay, this is Accounting 1. We are on Chapter 5, and we're in Section 1. We're going to be doing the work together assignment together. So in your book, you're going to need to be on page 123. And your workbook looks like it is page 90. Oh, I went way far down. Looks like it'll be page 93 in your workbook. So the instructions on page 123 for Work Together 5.1 says write the answers to the following problems. You are authorized to sign checks for Balsam Lake Accounting. Number 1, for each of these situations, please prepare the appropriate endorsement. Write a blank endorsement. So a blank endorsement, do you remember what that one looked like? That was just your name. So I want you to sign your name on the top line. That's all there is to the blank endorsement. B says write a special endorsement to transfer a check to Kelsey Sather. So we're going to go ahead on our top line for this is going to be a special endorsement. We're going to write pay to the order of. On your next line, we're going to write who we're paying the check to, and this is to Kelsey Sather. And on the third line, we are going to sign our name. So put your name there. Okay. Letter C says, write a restrictive endorsement to deposit the check into the account of Balsam Lake Accounting. So on the top line, we're going to put for deposit only to the account of Balsam Accounting. Balsam Lake Accounting, sorry. Okay, so we have our blank endorsement, our restrictive endorsement, which is transferring ownership to someone else. Sorry, our special endorsement, which transfers ownership to someone else, and our restrictive endorsement, which restricts what can be done with the check. Part 2 says record the balance brought forward on check stub number 78. So here is my check stub number 78. The balance brought forward was $1,805.75. So balance brought forward, we're just going to come right here. We're going to write $1,805.75. And you can tell my font doesn't exactly line up. That's okay. Make sure your decimal point's on this line. Step number 3 says record a deposit of $489 that we made on October the 30th of the current year on check stub number 78. So check stub number 78, we made this deposit on October 30th. So the month is 10, the day is 30, the year is 14. And again, it looks like my font is too big to fit into the boxes. Try a little bit smaller. The amount of our deposit was for $489. Okay. What is our subtotal? What we're going to do here is we need to do our math. So we're going to take $1,805.75 plus $489. So on my calculator, I'm going to put $1,805.75 plus 489 is going to give us a balance, a subtotal here of $2,294.75. I can get typed into the right spot. Okay. Step number 4 says prepare check stubs and write the following checks. Use October 30th of the current year as the date. On check number 78, here's check 78. This needs to go to Connor Garage for repairs and was for $162. So before I ever write the check, I need to come over here and fill out my check stub. The amount of this check is for $162. The date that we wrote the check was on October the 30th. Current year. This is to Connor Garage for repairs. That's all you have to put, but if this was my personal business, I would put more specifically what did we put repairs on to. Okay, I'm also going to come down here. We don't have anything in the other, so I'm going to bring my subtotal down. And my subtotal is for $2,294.75. The amount of this check was for $162. And so if we go ahead and do our math, we need to subtract our subtotal minus our check. It's going to give us $2,132.75. $2,132.75. Let me double check that. $2,132.75. Okay. Now we have our current balance. We're going to go ahead now, and now we can write our check. Okay, this was for October the 30th. Current year. Paid to the order of, that's who the check goes to. This was for Connor Garage. Oh, sorry, it's actually Corner Garage. That's okay. If you put Connor, you can leave it. The amount of the check was for $162. So down here, I'm going to write out the check for $162. And the purpose of the check was for repairs. And you are authorized to sign the check, so go ahead and sign it with your name. Okay, we're going to go ahead and drop down and fill out the other check. So the first thing I'm going to do is put my balance brought forward. My balance brought forward comes straight from the bottom of this one, so it's 2132.75. Okay, we did not have any kind of deposits or anything else going on. So the amount of my second check is check number 79 to St. Croix Supply for supplies of $92. So this one's for $92. The date is October the 30th. It doesn't matter on your check stub whether you write out October abbreviated or just put a 10. Put the year. To St. Croix Supply. And we are purchasing supplies. Okay. I'm coming down here. We didn't have a deposit. We didn't have anything else happen on our check stub. So our subtotal is going to come straight from here. So it's 2132.75. The amount of this check is for $92. So I need to do my math to subtract. Gives me a balance of $2,040.75. Okay, now I can fill out my check. So the date is October the 30th. current year. This is to St. Croix Supply. Oops. The amount is $92. Down here, I'm going to spell out $92. $92 and no over 100. Draw my line. Make sure you get your line. It looks like mine's a little slanted, so it's not hardly showing. The purpose of the check is for supplies. And you are authorized to sign, so go ahead and sign your name. Okay. That is all for the work together lesson. So what I want you to do is go ahead and do on your own. And so pause the video, do on your own, and double check your answer. Okay, so 5-1 on your own. Here is how step number 1, both A and B should look instead of student signature. I hope you have your signature there. And we'll go down to look at step number 2, 3, and 4. You should have your check stub completed correctly. Make sure you have the correct balance carried forward. Make sure your check is filled out correctly. And then step 4B, you have filled out another check stub and written another check. Okay, so for your homework, you need to go ahead and do application problem 5-1. In your textbook, you're going to be looking at page 140 in your textbook. It looks like you're going to be doing the exact same thing. You're making 3 endorsements, recording the balance brought forward, recording a deposit, and you're going to be writing 3 checks. So that's page 140 in your textbook. And then go ahead and do that in your workbook. That's your homework for tonight, and I'll see you tomorrow for lesson 2.